Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Kelvin here. As you can see, we have another recurring guest again, and he's none other than Chris from Honey Money SG.
Yeah, thank you, Kelvin, for inviting me back again.
So after this whole market crash, are you still on track to reaching your $1 million goal by 35 years old? That's 4 years later.
Okay, let's give some context to this 1M by 35 thing, right? Because that was actually one of my goals that I talked about it on my channel last year. And last year I did this goal was at November 2021. If you remember, that was the peak of the market, right? Stock market was all-time high. And I was feeling very optimistic. I said to myself that 4 years later, when I was 35, I would reach $1 million by 35. That is my FIRE goal. Okay, that was back then. And of course, the short answer to his question, Kelvin's question, whether I will reach 1M35 is a no. Okay, yeah, it's a no. Simply said, because that was done during the peak of the bull market, right? I think let's be very clear here. From the time when November until now, 1 year later, right, the market has fallen over 20%. So it's definitely, I'll be lying if I say I'm still on track. So how far am I off track right now? I would say a good 2 to 3 years. Okay, so that is the current, calculation that I have right now, which I believe I have to be honest, I won't hit by 35 if the current market's sentiments is like that.
Your original goal last year, you were at around 33%. So now you're down to maybe like 25% or 20%.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so to give perspective on the numbers, right, when I last recorded the session, I was 33% on track. Right now, it's still at 33% on track. Okay. So what that means is that despite me having earned more income during that period, and despite me still plowing and DCAing my monies into the market, but the market kept dipping, right? So there's really no growth in that portfolio, which is quite disappointing. That is why one of the reasons that it is off track right now.
Right. So even with your 4 years, now, okay, maybe it's 6 years now, I calculated with your compounding annual return 12%, with even at 33%, right, you have to plow in like 90K a year. So where do you get all that money from?
Okay, 90K a year is definitely not linear. It's not like every year you will save 90K and then you just plow it all into investments, right? It's more like an accelerating path. So slowly you may start at 60K a year, then you slowly increase to 70, 80K a year, and then in the later part of the year, when your career or your hustle has progressed, then that's where you can maybe make more than 100K a year, and that's when you can plow in even more. And that's also assuming that the market is a bull market. Okay, so when I started the thing about 1M35, that was probably the end of the bull market. So it's like just 1 year after I start this, I'm already at a downtrend. So who knows how long this downtrend could really last, and that could really off track a lot of things in people's goals.
So right now you can aim for $1 million by 37. But I'm assuming it's because you don't have a house loan to pay, you don't have a kids' expenses, you only have a wife, right?
It's okay.
But when all this come in eventually, sooner or later, how will this 1M35, 37 play out?
Okay, so when I was doing that 1M35 original plan, right, I already had all my housing plan out. In fact, I only did this after I settled my housing, and that was when I got my BTO result. Okay, that was when I already successful balloted for a flat, which is not very expensive, 4-room non-mature estate. And you see, when at that time I already know that how much I need to set aside for the house. And when I was doing that 1M35 plan, interest rates was very low at 1.5%. Okay, so if we use the current mortgage rate at 2.6%, the CPF OA rate 2.6%, because HDB still can use CPF to pay one. And my current mortgage probably is around $1,000 monthly. That's the net mortgage, not like split between my wife and myself. Net mortgage 1,000, which is very affordable.
Yes.
Yeah. So that has already been factored into my calculation. So the advice here, the suggestion here is that you don't need to go for very expensive flats. You don't need to go for the most mature 5-room biggest. Of course, this is all up to your personal preference.
Right.
And regarding the kids thing, right, I factored in family expenses, but not for the kid yet, for now. Okay, of course, because kids' expenses are very unexpected one.
Right.
From what I learned from Kelvin, right, because he also has a kid, this kind of thing, it really if your kid is born very healthy and all that stuff, right? Of course, your expenses are all very
Really
easy
low,
to
yeah.
easy to prepare, very steady. But what if your kid needs to go for health checkup and all this? These are all things that you cannot plan for. So for now, I will leave it out first. And if one day that the kid will come, then I will say I need to make out another plan, and that's when I'll update on my channel again.
More monetization video.
Yeah.
Quick pause. Did you know that the Weibo app has quite a lot of features other than, just buying and selling stocks? For example, you can read up on important stock news in the news tab. Or if you go to the company tab, you can check out key financials and indicators here. For example, you can see that Tesla's earnings per share has been going up. Nice. Return on assets, return on equity, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and there's even a peer comparison too. Also, right now, their sign-up bonus is super generous. By just depositing 2000 SGD in, buy 1 US stock or 1 ETF with a minimum transaction of 100 USD, buy 1 US option, or while maintaining a 2000 SGD net account value for that 30 days, and you will receive a $150 cash voucher reward. So, if you are interested, you can sign up to Weibo using my link down below. With that being said, let's get back to the video. One of the things about aiming for FIRE is that you might not be enjoying the present, right? Because you have a full-time job while uploading 3 videos a week. So, like, my question is, are you enjoying life right now?
I think you are in a better position to answer this question, because back then you were doing your full-time job and you were also uploading 2 to 3 videos a week, and you're probably working like 70, 80 hours per week.
And I have a kid.
Yeah, he has a kid, So if he asks me this question, most likely I need to model from someone, and that is him. Because back then he also has a full-time job, and whether this person has a life or not is really highly subjective. If you think about it, what do you really enjoy in life? What are the things that you really be happy doing? The typical lifestyle of a salaried worker is that you go to work, you do your work, you end work, you go home, and you unwind from work. So the whole cycle is all about work, and it's about other people's work, other people's companies. How about building your own passion, building your own hustle? So that is when the YouTube work comes in. Okay, YouTube, although it's a work, but I don't feel it's a chore doing it. Never had one day I would say, when is this work going to end? It's more like, how fast can I publish this video? How fast can I finish this video so that I can upload on time for my viewers? So you see, it's a totally different perspective, right? Once you don't treat it as work, it's not really work. People spend their time watching movies, watching dramas on Netflix. Then I spend my time making videos at night during weekday nights. I mean, it's just a totally different perspective. You all like to watch shows, okay? I like to do videos also, okay? So it depends on what you like in life. But you say, whether there's sacrifice or not, of course there must be sacrifice, right? Because I'm working a full-time job, that's 8 hours a day, plus 3 videos a week. Each video would take about 6 to 10 hours on production. And you see, something's got to give, right? So how I actually spend my fun time, right, my entertainment time is I like to go out with my partner. We go on date nights during the weekends, just enjoy very simple pleasures in life. You don't really need to go out like very luxurious and expensive places to enjoy, right? Because sometimes it's more of who is the person you spend time with. That's the most important. So if you say I don't have a life, maybe in your perspective, yes, but on my own perspective, I don't think so. Yeah, otherwise the wife would left already.
And you also went for a Malaysia trip the other day, right?
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, he has a life lah. As a FIRE frugal guy, right? Will you ever consider lifestyle inflation, like getting a bigger condo, getting a car, like traveling more often?
Okay, the things that you said, the car and the condo, right? All these are like massively lifestyle inflation. Right now, I'm still like below the average mean, because like I haven't even get my BTO flat yet. I'm still waiting. So I'm still staying at my parents' place, but I already have the flat already, just that is still building. So if you want me to inflate to the next level, it's me staying at my own flat. So I need to wait for that first before I even consider like upgrading to condo, right? Because I still need to meet the minimum occupation period, the MOP. Okay. And then if you ask me whether a car, I don't think in Singapore right now a car is needed lah. If you ask me, unless you really work in far-flung locations or you are doing a sales job that can add income to your life. Otherwise, or if you have a kid lah, then you need to ferry your elderly parents, your families and all that. Otherwise, I don't think car is necessary in Singapore unless you really want the prestige factor lah.
Right.
If you live for this kind of thing, then okay lor, you do what you want lah. Then regarding traveling overseas, right? Right now the COVID borders just opened up, so I'm planning a few trips next year, short ones, with my partner, and then try to travel to nearby places first. Then when my then when I have more budget, right, then I may allocate to longer and further trips. That's of the current plan right now.
So like I want to know like if condo is ever in your equation or do you want it to be one of your checklists in life?
Okay, so I talked to my partner about this, right? So I sold her the option of EC, okay, because she's not like me. She's not everyone can be frugal like us. So she said, hey, condo looks very nice. And I say, before you look at condo, why not you look at EC, executive condo? So it's more like it's developed, it's proposed by the HDB, right? But you have 10 years before it's privatized. So I'll say, if you really want to live in condo, then why not you look at EC first? Then there's the direction I set her. It's not like from HDB, then straight away go to condo. There's a very big jump. At least EC, you have much more, it's much cheaper than the current resale market lah, if you look at condo.
So there's a smarter way to move into a condo also lah. Let's confront you a bit.
yeah, let's go.
Okay, so one of the hardest thing to do in achieving FIRE is not about the hard work. I think hard work, as long as you have the discipline, anyone can do it. But rather, I think the hard part is convincing your partner that you want a FIRE lifestyle and you have to drag her along with you. So how did you like convince your partner to go along with you?
Okay, this one quite a popular question in my group also because sometimes especially males, they want to FIRE because guys, we all have this passion thing about retire early and all stuff. But you realize that your wife, your partner, is not aligned on this goal. And how? Then I think you need to set her in this direction. Does your wife want to work forever? If you ask a person this, unless he or she is a really workaholic, no one will answer that they want to work forever. So you set in this direction. You say, do you want to work forever? Okay, most probably the answer is no lah. Then you say, so if you do not want to work forever, then how are you going to supplement your income without working? Okay, so you set the tone already. Then that's the direction you want to get in. Then how are you going to do it? The how is the important thing here, right? Whether you do it your own business, whether you do investing or you're self-employed other than working for other people. And that's when I told her lah, okay, if you do not want to work forever, here is what I'm going to do. So whatever you want to do is okay, I will support in whatever you do, but here's what I'm going to do. And if you want to follow me on this journey, then there are some sacrifices to be made lah. You have to be very aware of that. And so if she accepts your proposal, then that's when you are aligned on the goal. Okay, if she's not aligned on the goal, that's fine. Okay, she can continue working at her job. She's happy with her job, and that is a blessing if you're happy in your job. But don't force the other person to follow you lah. If it's not the same goal, then you all will have a lot of disagreements in life. That's what I think.
But wouldn't your wife see you like a lazy guy or something like, because if she's working and you are not, it feels like she's providing for the family while you are living off your investment.
Yeah. So I would say it's very important that you are also doing something. This is more in the ikigai direction. You're doing something you love and it's making money. And that's what both me and Kelvin are doing right now. YouTube is a sort of hustle. YouTube brings in income. And YouTube takes a lot of time, not what you see on the screen, the 10 minutes like that. It takes quite a few hours. So you're definitely not bumming around if you want to consider FIRE, if you want to consider ikigai. You cannot just sit around all day because I think Mr. Lu has said this also. you will go crazy or you will grow stupid if you don't use your mind very often.
I think that the other part is also you have to find a partner who is not so obsessed with the luxury life.
Yeah.
Like if you want FIRE, you have to give up on a car, a condo, like traveling every month, right? So I think that's the important part lah.
Yeah. Expectations need to be there.
Yeah.
You need to realize that you cannot live like the very luxurious life. You have to be firstly happy with your simpler pleasures. You have low demands and you are satisfied with very easy things. So that's That's the perception.
Okay. So in one of your videos, you highlight that you hit the CPF full retirement sum. And that's because you wanted to save on tax and have a safety net just in case anything goes wrong with your investments. But now you are investing your CPF money into the stock market. Like, then wouldn't that destroy the whole safety net thing?
Okay, let's be very clear on the safety net. So what is the safety net? It comprises of your health and your retirement. So your health is your MediSave account. So your MediSave account, you can use it to pay insurance premiums, your integrated shield plans, and then for those that are not covered by your integrated shield plan, hopefully they can be covered by MediShield Life. Hopefully they can be covered by MediShield Life, and that is when your healthcare safety net is secure. Then the next one is the retirement nest egg. That is taken care of by your special account. So you make sure that you hit the full retirement sum first. Then you can say that at least I've settled my retirement funds, okay, and my healthcare sum, and then the other monies that are above this, I can use it to do whatever investments I want, whether investing in property, okay, making investments through robo-advisors and whatnot, and also if you want to sponsor your child to study, you can pay through your CPF OA as well. So that is the safety net that I'm talking about. Anything above your basic healthcare sum for MediSave and also the full retirement sum in your special account. Then the rest you can do whatever you want.
Looks like he have it planned out very well. In another one of your videos, you mentioned that it's possible for people to chase fire and achieve 1M65 at the same time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And you use both Mr. Lu and my top. You say it because you managed to achieve it for yourself. But while I was looking at the video, I was like, it's a bit bullshit. It gives me the feeling like, okay, if Elon Musk can have 3 to 5 companies, so can you? So that's the kind of feeling it gives me. But so my question to you is, like, for normal people, not you, for normal people, how are they able to achieve both 1M65 and fire at the same time?
Okay. Achieving 1M65 or fire, you achieve one of them, you're not a normal people already. Just one only. So if you achieve 2, you are super extraordinary. Right now, I'm only half of the equation. Don't say 1M65. Let's say you reach your full retirement sum. That itself is en route to 1M65 already. Okay, so you reach your full retirement sum, that's one achievement. Fire is another achievement. But you see, fire I haven't reached yet, so I'm not qualified to talk about fire. But I would say that in the process that you are building the fire, right, it's always comes with a sacrifice, like I said. So when I say that you can do both at the same time, it's because that you have resources allocated to both. And in order to have resources, you first need to know that you must be earning some good income, not necessarily from your main job, but if you have other hustles, if you have a very high income skill apart from your day job, I think that really helps a lot. And to be frank, I don't earn a lot from my day job, but I cannot share too much here. But anyway, the thing is, in order to really achieve both, you need to first have the goal and the determination. Like when I was 25, right, I've really studied about CPF and I've already learned about fire. But if you look at how much should you allocate to CPF every year, right now, the target is only $8,000 a year. So it's even less than the 5-figure amount that everybody think you should have. $8,000 a year, just put in CPF for the tax relief. For fire, then you just allocate maybe 1K a month. If you want to be more elaborate, let's break down the details, right? Let's say you have $60,000 of annual income, right? 60,000, that is before your CPF deduction. So your CPF deduction, 12K, right? 20%. You are left with 48K. Okay, 48K net cash. 48K net cash, take out 8K, put in your CPF for tax relief. Okay, you're left with 40K. 40K right now, okay, let's say you invest 1K a month. Okay, so that's 12K a year. So 40K minus 12, that's 28K. Okay, 28K. Okay, let's break down even further. Let's say you want to save $500 a month in net cash. $500 times 12, 6K. 28 minus 6, 22K. 22K for you to spend a year. Is that enough for you or not? Okay, you do the math. 22 divided by 12 is 1 point something K. Is that enough for you? If that is enough for you, then congratulations, you are en route to this journey already. Of course, some people cannot live with just 1+ K. Then too bad, you are not on the fire path or the 1M65 path. But I would say on a 60K annual salary, it's already good enough for you to set you off. And I already done this math for you. So if you're earning significantly higher than 60K, combined from your side hustles and all that, then what is the excuse for you not to embark on it?
So I want to add on, even if you are not earning 60K a year, like me last time, as a game programmer, I'm paid below average salary. I was still able to visualize this fire because my expenses is less than 1K. Even now with a family, my expenses is still around 1 to 1.5K. So I think it's not about the amount, it's about the percentage that's saved. And if you want to achieve fire, that's the sacrifice that you have to deal with lah. So I think it depends on from person to person. Like for you, you are aiming for both at the same time, more or less lah. And for me, I'm aiming for fire first. Then if I have additional money, then I will start to aim for 1M65. Because once I have this fire, one of the goal is achieved mah.
Yeah.
Then I need the safety nets to come next.
Yeah.
So it depends which you want first lah.
It works both ways. Like
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
start on either of them first, or you can do like me, balanced approach or see what you want.
See what you want.
Just to share a bit, Mr. Lu is on the other extreme one. He is more sell on than CPF than me. He not only he top up above the tax relief, he like fully maximize his special account at the time by age 30. Like above the tax relief limit, so he's even more sell on than me. So that is the other extreme approach.
Yeah, that's only if you are a Singtel boss lah. Then in another video, you mentioned that you are considering to retire in Malaysia. And as an ex-Malaysian here, I feel that you are like limiting your opportunities in life lah. Like why Malaysia, where the culture is almost the same? Why not elsewhere like New Zealand, like Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, or somewhere there's maybe have nicer places, different culture.
Great point, So we both produced that retiring in Malaysia video. I started first. Then I told him this idea was good. So he did a counter video on that, which is really great. I agree with his points. Why not retire elsewhere? The fact is I've been to Malaysia like 1,000 times. Okay, not 100. But the fact is I've been to so many times I cannot count. And so many times I go there, I still love it whenever I'm there. I can't say the same for other places. I think it's mainly because of the cultures you say it's quite similar and yet so different.
The food is better there.
Yes. Okay, I can say this as a yes because I already said that in my own video. So a lot of Malaysians and Singaporeans were also fighting in the comments. I are very funny one. You should watch the comments. But anyway, the thing is that I always enjoyed Malaysia when I'm there, and the vibe is totally different. It's very chill. People are very laid back, very nice. You feel more at ease. I would say Singapore, there are some places that you can feel this way, but not when you are working full time. Maybe if you go during the weekdays to shopping malls, you can feel it. But other than that, you will feel like you are in a pressurized cooker if you are working full time in an 8 to 5 job. So I would say that sometimes a change of environment is good, but how about places other than Malaysia? I lived in Taiwan for 1 year, so that's one of the example. If you ask me whether I enjoy there, okay, not so much on Taipei. Taipei is just something like Singapore, right? But the vibe about Taichung is another big city. That is similar to what I had enjoyed in Malaysia. But I think that the food in Malaysia is still better, I feel. So I think food is very important, and also the fact that what connections you have there. My partner is Malaysian, Singapore PR, so she has family there. So it naturally makes sense for me to retire there, so that there is someone taking care of the place that I'm staying if there's a very long period that I'm not able to visit there.
Okay, makes sense lah. I just want to add on for the food. I think like for Singapore, right, the food is more, it consists more of international food.
Yes.
While for Malaysia, right, it consists more of local food.
Yes.
And that's why I feel that for Malaysia, as a born Malaysian, I like local food more. If you feel the same, right, then you will like Malaysia food. Then if you like a lot more international food, like Japanese food, Western food, then that's how Singapore food is better.
Yeah, that is true, because Singapore is a very diversified country, right? So you gather all these very good chefs from all around the world to come and set up their stores there. Not so much on Malaysia. Malaysia is more like their local hawkers. They really 白手起家, set up their own hawker stores from 1980s and then become a 老店, an old shop, a good brand that people will come in and eat one. So it's really very different.
Okay, any advice on how should I continue to grow my channel?
Oh, that's a weird question to ask. because for a 17K channel subscriber to reply to an 80 over K subscriber channel. But I feel the thing is, we could definitely, as a finance content creator community, branch out to other people's channel outside of our niche. Like, let's say one day we want to go some overkill Singapore right there at the office. The office there, Smart Local is also there. Yeah. So you see, we can all branch out to the biggest channels, and we need Kelvin as our lead, you know, because he's the figure of the finance content creator, and I think he's one of the only few person that can appear on stage with these guys on the YouTube Singapore space. So we really count ni. If you really want to break out, we cannot always stay in our finance content creator community. I think it's always fun to also branch out to other niches outside of our space, and also see how we can bring the whole Singapore YouTube community to a higher level, more like very corporate.
Okay. Makes sense. Actually, that's what I have been doing because I have been going around saying hi to all the bosses like Dollars and Cents, Endowers, Scythe, and I plan to continue doing that. Making connections, just announcing my presence, hi, meeting my idols, sort of. Okay, so for the final question, as a 2 times interviewed by Channel News Asia Fire Ambassador, any words of wisdom for those who are like wants to start on this journey to chase fire in their own way?
Okay, first of all, I'm not a fire ambassador. There are no fire ambassador. Fire is a very lonely journey. And to be more specific, I'm not chasing fire, I'm chasing ikigai. Okay, so ikigai, you all know the picture here. Okay, then what is the advice? I would say it's a very lonely journey. Maybe it's only yourself, maybe it's yourself with a partner, that's all. Other people outside of your circle won't really understand your circumstances, won't understand what unique advantage you have or unfair advantage that you have, or maybe the struggles that you face as well. So don't expect your friends and family to really understand what you're doing. Okay, maybe you're a whole day in your bedroom doing YouTube video, then your mother say, why are you not going out to work? Then you have to be very firm on what you stand for. And along the way, some people online, definitely, the netizens will criticize you and say that, why is this person not contributing to society and all that stuff? But you need to know that what are you doing and making an impact on this world. And I think fire itself, the journey itself, is very inspiring to follow. If you look at people who have early retired and doing the things that they like, even Mr. Lu, even though he's against fire, but he's really doing what he likes, right? Serial entrepreneur, and you see him giving live every other few days. He's really enjoying his life. Who is it to say that he's not enjoying and fire people are all like not contributing to society? So I think it's very important. You need to stand firm on your goal, and along the way you just carve out some milestones that can motivate you if you have achieved them. And that's my message to people chasing fire or ikigai.
And there you have it, the message from the fire ambassador.
Not the fire ambassador.
Okay, I think that's all for this interview. If you have not checked him out yet, do check him out. I will leave the link down below in the description. So with that being said, that's all. Bye.
Thank you.